There was a song some time ago that I still like to this day by John Mayer, and it's called Daughters. Beautiful song. And the chorus goes, "Fathers, be good to your daughters, because daughters will love like you do." Okay? And I think, unfortunately, the ones lacking the most love and attention today in society are daughters. We're going to be talking about three men in particular and how they approach raising their daughters. And I don't think it's going to be in the positive light you're going to see this. The men, Boosie, T.I., and Jay-Z. And you're wondering, man, those are three pretty crazy links. How you going? Well, here's what we're going to break down for you. Recently, Boosie was recorded saying some pretty crazy things. And instead of me telling you what he said, I think it's in your best interest to hear it for yourself. Take a listen.
If she got a boyfriend, she want me to meet him. Be nice. Just don't hit her. Love her. I don't give a what you do.
Don't take it there.
Just don't hit her. You could cheat on her. I don't give a damn. Whatever. Just don't hit her.
Okay, now I have a daughter. I have a beautiful, sweet, very, very awesome daughter. I know most men will probably say that's all of our daughters. We all think, no, mine's better than yours. I just want you to know that I love my daughter more than anybody else loves their daughter. And that's just factual. I can prove that to you because I'm the only one I have to prove it to. Now, I would never say that kind of mess to my daughter's boyfriend. In no planet, on any circumstance you can put to me, there is no basis that I could possibly open these lips to speak about my daughter to her boyfriend and give that kind of stupid permission. No way. But yet, Boosie felt free. Now, with his other kids, he's just as crazy. So let's not think that it's only a one-off. But in this instance, we're talking specifically about how these big names handle their daughters. You are telling this young man, you can treat my daughter like a whore. That's not a problem for me. In fact, you can do whatever you want sexually out there. Bring whatever STD you want back to her. That's not a problem for me. Just don't hit her. That's where you draw the line. She can die from any STD, but don't put your hands on her. Switch over to the other one, Mr. Jay-Z. Mr. Jay-Z now is allowing his daughter, when he knows what the industry is about and he also knows the kind of things his wife does on stage, is allowing his 13-year-old to perform the exact same way as these gyrating sluts on stage. I have to be frank, you may not like the language, but it's true. Have you not watched Super Bowl halftimes? Have you not watched her videos? Have you not listened to her lyrics? If this is the example that Ivy is following, I cannot express it any other way. And as a father who is supposed to be the head of the household, he is not doing his job, or he approves of it and he is doing whatever job he deems necessary. We're 0 for 2 right now. And none of those two men have been called out in a negative light anywhere. They have not been plastered all over the place for being horrible parents. T.I., however, is an exception. He does not want his daughter to leave this world without following certain types of moral guidelines. That one being a virgin. He was deemed over-controlling. How dare you try to control your daughter, blah, 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 blah. He was blasted for trying to be a good father. Do you see how the world has no interest in taking care of a girl in this society? But then when they become women and they do all kinds of crazy acts, then you want to lambaste them for the stuff that you've told them is okay to do. And when a father steps in and tries to make sure that they course correct for their child, they're the bad guy. So why? Why is this becoming the trend? Why is it that parents on a whole, hey, I could even throw Kanye up in this. For all intents and purposes, for his daughters, he didn't take an active enough part in this to keep them away from the Kardashian type of lifestyle. but he loves them. It is insane to me. But it shouldn't be surprising, considering the fact that what they're trying to do is to create an environment where no one has any morals left at all. This is the key. This is why the music is the way it is. Why do you think Sexy Red got the kind of traction she got? Think about the kind of life that she must have endured growing up and what she was told or not reprimanded for doing. It is a fostered life now. No longer will little girls grow up to be wives. They'll grow up to be side pieces. And then in that doing, they'll never know what love is. And in other turn, they'll reject real love. What's the overall damage that could happen? Society as a whole collapses. No one's going to be interested in being parents. No one's going to be interested in reproducing. No one is going to be interested in family at all. And the biggest names out there are giving the worst possible advice. Have you heard Jay-Z speak at all about Ivy's inclusion on stage? Even though he knows of the objections that could possibly exist, not a word. Because he's not a man. I think we should all be aware by now that neither Boosie nor Jay-Z are men. They're simps. They are complete and utter simps. No amount of gang activity could make you masculine. I want people to be aware of this. Boosie ain't a man. Jay-Z ain't a man. If there was ever a reason for me to believe in transgenderism, it'd be those two. And they still couldn't nail raising a girl right. They are more effeminate than most females and they still can't get raising a daughter right. Explain that one to me. But the one man, he may not have it all together. Okay, I get it. T.I. might be the contributing factor in rap music for the degradation of society. I get all that. But the one thing he decides to do right, he gets lambasted for. What does that make him want to do anything right? No. But he still kept to it because it's his daughter. It's his daughter. We have moved so far away from the correct way of raising children that when we see it done right, we don't even know what to do with it. We're so used to seeing it done wrong that we just let it slide anymore. It has become the going thing to do everything wrong. And when it's done right, nobody knows what to do with it. It's so shocking and surprising that it's seen as bad. But we were told good will become evil and evil will become good. And here we are. Men, even if these artists are somebody you love, you may not be a religious person. Good. Well, let's not talk about that for a minute. But even if you don't have that moral stance, you're going to look at me and tell me that love is allowing your daughters to go through that kind of stuff? Can you honestly tell me that? So you like Boosie. You like whatever music he used to do. You like Jay-Z. You like whatever music he does. You like T.I. You like Kanye. Name any other artist that does things wrong. At some point, you have to make a cutoff when it affects your offspring. At some point, we as men have to step up to the plate and say, enough is enough. But will we get there? I don't know. Because we're definitely not working at it. The few that do, they don't get any traction. They don't get any praise. Not that we're doing it for praise. But you glorify the evil behavior and you don't ever speak about the good. So what exactly is the incentive anymore to do good? People that are looking for some sort of acceptance in society are just going to buy in to the way it's going. And the people that are going to pay the most are the children. Look, I know people probably won't be listening to this because we're talking about the kids, but this is more than just us. These three men are giving examples because they have the most reach. They have money and they have followership. And whether we like to admit it or not, there are people watching them and mimicking what they do. And if you don't shed light on it, people may not see past the facade and they may only see what society hands them. And in this event, right here, what we're talking about is absolutely abuse, especially what Boosie said. But then again, he has never been a shining example of how to raise children, even boys. He is the perfect example of what a trash father looks like. The epitome of the horrible way a father can think he's being good and being the absolute worst example out there. Boosie is it. Everything from his own personal life to what he allows his kids to do. Jay-Z ain't that perfect either. You look at what he's done, it's almost as bad. Everything from putting your daughter on stage in the midst of people gyrating half naked is telling her what? That it's okay to do it too. These are not examples that we should follow. So men, and I'm not talking to boys, I ain't talking to the simps, and I'm not talking to the sissies. I'm talking to men. If you want to step up to the plate as a man, then this is for you too. Listen up. Your job, by nature of who you are, is to protect the ones given to you. More so your daughters. Because they're the ones that are going to be out there reproducing. You are trying to raise the next generation to be something that no one else can be. Moms. Yes, your boys are important, but we are talking specifically about daughters. I don't want to hear anybody saying, but the boys, we're talking about daughters. So men, protect, show them what a man is supposed to do so that they can look for men that do that too, that emulate what you show them. Do not be like these charlatans who are raising whores, and they're doing it intentionally. And then what's going to happen when the daughter actually emulates things that they're putting out there? They get mad when they're the ones that did this. We have an option and an opportunity to make something different and to change. The only request we have of you is to do exactly that. Change.